Hey everyone, this is Dustin _Fitness Journey on my Instagram. I just wanted to come today and talk to you about meal prepping. I'm going to be doing a video here. It's going to take a few days to load up, so bear with me on patience wise. I'm going to show you everything that I learned, including MyFitnessPal, including how to track my macros using MyFitnessPal, what I did for my own goals, and what it's done to help me. So I can tell you first off, in the past year I've lost 50 pounds. Of fat. Literally, I have to say it's fat because I've gained a lot of muscle. So I can show you the ways I've used, what foods I've eaten to get there. But it takes hard work, dedication, mentally, physically. Can I tell you I'm 100% all the time? Absolutely not. I'd be lying. There are some people that are competing out there that are tremendous with their goals and they can do it. I know I can do it too. But I still build in a cheat day, as you would call it, or a cheat meal every once in a while, maybe twice a week. But you got to start somewhere to get to where you want to get, all right? And stay focused. Don't give up, though. Prep with on a weekly basis, you're looking at it, okay? So chicken, just bare, very good high source of protein, low fat, and zero carbs. So for 4 ounces, this is about 120 calories. I've got some 100% all natural shrimp. I got about 2 pounds I'm going to be working out tonight with. 93% lean ground beef. I got my P28 protein bread. I spread it with Walden Farms zero sugar spread. You're going to see this quite frequently if you get in the habit. I got some jasmine rice, some broccoli, some egg whites, protein pack for breakfast. I got Walden Farms packet syrups, again zero sugars. I got some almond milk to go along with my protein powder. Picked up these tonight because I'm interested to try these as a snack for in between meals. But protein chips, gluten-free. As far as what you can see here, look at that. 12 grams of protein, 115 calories. I think there was a little bit of fat and there was actually 15 grams of carbs. But not too bad for a snack approach. So stay tuned. So I've got this 2 pounds of shrimp here. I went ahead and put aluminum foil underneath. I did olive oil underneath it so that way it wouldn't stick as hard. But I've got this Bragg's Organic Sea Kelp Delight Seasoning. It's the first time I'm going to try it. It was pretty expensive. I'm using it other than the salt or pepper. And so it produces low sodium alternative. So anyways, 400 degrees for the shrimp. You're going to leave it in there once it's preheated, 8 to 10 minutes, checking on it. But again, I'm using 2 pounds. This will be some of my dinner that I'm going to be using for the next week. So I'll show you how I portion that out after it's finalized and cooked. But while that's cooking, I'm going to go and get some other things ready to go. So stay tuned. So I've got my shrimp in there. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually going to start cooking my chicken. I got that chicken breast that I got right here. It's approximately 32 ounces, so 2 pounds of that. And I've got that kelp seasoning on it. So I'm going to start cooking that. In addition to that, I'm going to start putting some broccoli on. Now I've got a rice cooker that's going to allow me to steam fresh this. Now I like to do a little bit of flavor seasoning, and this isn't everybody's take. But I went ahead and picked up some chicken broth, the low sodium type, fat-free. And I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to go ahead and steam probably about 2 cups worth of broccoli. If I need to do more, it's a quick way of doing it. It'll probably take about 10 or 15 minutes for that to steam. And then in the meantime, I have these meal prepping things. Make sure you have plenty of these. I cannot stress that enough. If you do not have a 3-compartment or 2-compartment, depending on what you want to use, you need to pick some up. They're very inexpensive. Probably cost me like $4 total for 5. So my shrimp's got about 2 minutes left. My chicken's currently on there. I flipped them once already. Now is the time, typically between my in-between meals, is I'm going to go and start looking at my scale. I'm going to set it on ounces. You obviously, if you have a tare button, you would definitely want to utilize this. So in this instance, what I do is I press on again on my scale and it goes back and resets to 0. My goal is this. I know that these have high concentrated protein. I also know that 1 gram of fat and 7 grams of carbs. There's 3 ounces per container. I know right here I've got 3, so that's 9 ounces. That obviously means that I've got 33 grams of protein as well per one. So that's looking at 99 grams of protein. What I'll do is I'll put all this in there to make sure it adds up to be 9 ounces total. Once I know it's 9 ounces, I'll divide that by how many snacks I want to have broken out by day. So in this instance, I'm going to do 6. So it'll be hopefully 9 ounces divided by 6. And that's a quick snack that I can have that's high in protein, low in fat, medium in carbs, and low in calories that'll really get me through. So now, since we're on the snack route, it doesn't mean it's all about protein. I just know that for me to get all my protein, I typically have to eat more than the usual to force it down. I do know there's a lot of people that believe in protein powders. completely fine. This one, for instance, is made by Allmax. It's Isoflex. It has 120 calories per scoop. Protein is 27 grams. Fat is a half a gram. Carbs is 2 grams. So it's very, very high in protein. I also like to mix that in for about 8 ounces of my Silk milk, almond milk, which is 30 calories. It does contain some fats, 2.5 grams, and it has 1 gram of carbs and 1 gram of protein. So you're still getting a little bit of protein for that. Just keep that in mind. You can use broccoli, you can use vegetables, you can use fruit. You don't have to go all the protein methods. I'm just giving you an example of what I do. Whatever you feel is in your best interest for a snack. Carrots would work too. Just make sure it's reasonable for what you're trying to hit for your goals. That's all. So I just got done weighing all my beef jerky, and if you need a record keeper, keep some good notes. Like right here, for example, let's see if you can see this handwriting at all. I got week 2 here. I got my breakfast, snack 1, how many days, lunch, snack 2, dinner, math to do. So this way I can break down how much I need to have per day. So again, I've already done all my beef jerky. So I got 4 bags because I'm doing 4 days of snacks, 2.2 ounces. I've got my shrimp here that should be about 2 pounds that I'm going to check and weigh out for the 6 days. I've got 2 cups of broccoli. Now I'm going to be doing more broccoli because that I'm going to need more than 2 cups of broccoli per day. And then also I got my chicken that just got done as well that I need to cut up and portion out. One thing to keep in mind is for dinner I'm going to be having jasmine rice. I don't generally like to cook rice and keep it for the whole week. I don't know who would really. So I'll do it the night of. So that's one thing to keep in mind. If I'm dealing with rice, I'll wait till the night of that I'm going to cook it. And it's about a cup, half cup. I just got the chicken done. It averaged out to about 4.5 ounces, according to the weight I had, which if I looked at my math correctly, 27 ounces divided by 6 comes out to 4.5 ounces per day. So that's 6 meals. That's my lunch meals, 4.5 ounces. So I went ahead and put those in. Now I went ahead and took my first batch of broccoli out that I steamed. I got the second batch in, and then I'll add those 2 together to get my total weight so I can disperse that between the six meals I'm going to have for lunch as well. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and measure out my shrimp because these are for part of my dinners, obviously, and I'm going to have them with rice. And rice, again, I'm not going to cook until the day of. Half a cup dry rice mixed in with whatever the rice cooker says. I want to say it's a full cup of water if I'm not mistaken. So again, I use jasmine rice. That's what I'll use for dinners. But I'm going to go ahead and start measuring out my shrimp, and I'll let you know what I find out. Okay, I got everything measured out. It's about 7:39 p.m. So it roughly took me about an hour and 35 minutes. Like I said, typically when you start this process, you're probably looking at 2 hours. Some final things you got to keep in mind. So I still got to store all this stuff. So these are my meals. So I've got 6 meals for lunches. And I got 6. These are the 4, and then including these 2, along with my snacks and a little bit of extra stuff in case I need to have some more protein intake or just some extra calories to fill. Next steps I would normally take, you don't have to do this, this is an addition. I would go ahead, since I know all my measurements for what I'm going to intake this week, I would go and input the breakfast, lunch, and dinners in there. Now, if I decide not to eat that, or for whatever reason, I hope I don't go that route, but if I decide not to do something there, I will go ahead and take it back off and subtract it off. That way I can start to see what I need to still fill in, and I'll follow it up with another video. So to follow up on that other video, what I'm trying to do is track macros. I'm tracking protein, carbs, and fats, and obviously calories are going to be part of that. So my goal is percentages. So whatever your goal is, it's do you want to lose a pound? Do you want to lose 2 pounds? Do you want to get lean? Do you want to do that? First, find out what your BMI is, your basal metabolic rate as well as BMR. Body mass index is BMI. So find out those figures. Go to somebody certified to do that for you, or you can go to a nutrition store. Not all of them do it, but some do. I know locally we have a few that do it as well. You can go to your doctor office and they can do it for you. But check and see where you're at physically before you start this type of plan of attack. I can tell you that I was lifting before, and I thought I was doing everything right, but this meal prep really has changed the game for me. It really has. It has changed me physically wise. It has changed me mentally. The yearnings for candy that I used to have, and trust me, you're gonna find it in the office. There's gonna be people that are gonna try to entice you, peer pressure you. To go out to lunches, it saved me a bunch of money because simply I have my food with me, whether it's stored in my fridge at work or if I had it at my desk packed in a cooler, whatever your best practice approach is there. But it does work. And putting a little bit more effort into it on a Sunday or a Saturday or even midway through the week can really pay dividends for you. I know there's a lot of people, that's how I learned from it. And little by little, I've gotten better at tracking my macros, and I feel like I'm to the point to now where I know what I'm doing. One thing I'll tell you best practice-wise is if you have a scale that's portable, take it with you to work. So that way you can, if you decide you're going to have something you don't traditionally have, but you know you can fill it in, having a Wade, like a beef jerky snack, might not play off if you're going to the cafeteria. So I hope you've enjoyed kind of my meal prep story, or I wouldn't say 101, but just what I've done to kind of prep myself from a year worth of material here. I can get better. I know there's a lot of people that do it better than I do, and I'm not against any type of changes, but I'd love to hear your feedback. I'd love to hear what you would like to see more of. If it's logging it into MyFitnessPal, I can definitely do that. I wanted to start somewhere where you could see kind of my mentality and how I approach it from an organizational standpoint. I do it on Sunday nights. I do it for roughly about 2 hours, and that's from start to finish. That's including cleanup. I got very minimal cleanup here to do. I use the Clorox wipes to do the counters. I just got to put the food away. But feel free to comment. I'd love to hear any feedback you got for me out there. And, you know, here's to your fitness journey. Stay true to it. Stay positive. Stay upbeat. You can make it happen. We all have a journey. Thanks again and good night.